Welcome to Tarot Tuesday for the week of December 30th. This is for Gemini. Gemini, we are in this heavy, earthy season moment. So for you as one of the most airy-fairy of the airy signs, this is a lesson moment of getting stuff in order, keeping tasks in order. And so Capricorn, we've got the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Mars, all in Capricorn, really making sure that that New Year's resolution is as tight as it can be. And then it's followed up by a full moon in Cancer on the 3rd. And so the full moon in Cancer is where we are gonna have our home as a top priority of getting everything in our home life in order, but not just home as in your physical space, home as in your body. And so everything that has been sort of kept beneath the surface this year, it's being shown, it's being brought to the surface. Yeah? Okay. And so just remember that I also will read to the sun, moon, rising. So if this doesn't sound like you, go check those two signs out and just get a sense of what holistically is happening for you this week. All right. So I'm using the Wild Unknown Animal Spirits deck by Kim Krans. It's a deck that I used to use a lot. I just need it's bigger because it comes in a bigger box. So I don't pull it out as much, especially when I'm traveling. But so since I'm here, that's what we're going to use this week. All right, so let's see, Gemini. What is the main energy for Gemini? The fish. The fish. And so this is a good balancer for you, as Earth and air are basically in the opposite spheres of environment. But water is a more tangible version of air, where there's a fluidity to them. It's just a little bit more solid. So you're going to be accessing that fish energy to really drop into the moment of getting things done. The fish hold all of this wisdom of how like their migration patterns work. And so for you, and because this card has a little moon on it, it's saying that when the nights are longer, at least in the northern hemisphere right now, so your days might not feel very productive. So if you get these little hints of inspiration in the nighttime to do more, like maybe even just cleaning up the dishes at the end of the night, maybe it is some kind of, like when I would get inspired to paint would be at 11 o'clock at night around this time of year. I don't know what that is. I do know what that is because my Ayurvedic doctor told me that after, I think it's about 10 o'clock, the element shifts from earth to fire. And so you're supposed to catch the wave of going to bed before 10 o'clock, of winding down and going to sleep. Because if you don't, then you're in the fire, the Pitta time. And that's where, like, I would have these little dance parties and she's like, yeah, because you didn't catch the time to go to sleep and the fire would inspire your dreams. Instead, you're up there dancing. And I was like, that's what it is. I don't know. That's just how it goes. So yeah, like when I would catch the wave to paint, that would be the time that I do it. And I'm not telling you to not sleep, Gemini, unless it works better for you that way. If you have the schedule that allows you to still get the rest that you need, catch those Pitta hours if you need to. All right, but let's see the obstacle, because it might be telling you the opposite of what I just said. The swan. The swans, you have a very watery week. And this, well, for one, it's raining where I am immediately now. But two, it's just saying that this might be, you might be in a nostalgic moment. You might be in a place of the waters within you, which are your emotions, might be stirring. And we're also connecting to this full moon in Cancer. And so you might be connecting to that full moon from a very, your heart is healing something space. So, and not even healing things, nostalgia is a healthy emotion. It's a good thing to revisit, and this time of shifting years is a time of reflection on what has worked, where we're moving forward towards. So this just is looking like a very reflective, like there's literally a reflection of the swan time for you, Gemini. But so this swan is about a deep transformation. It might not be as physical as, say, a tadpole to a frog or a caterpillar to a butterfly. It is this ugly duckling that becomes the swan at the end. And so the story of the swan is really being able to let go of something so that you can mature into your next form. Yeah, so while your waters are stirring deep, don't hold yourself back. Like, acknowledge and remember that past. It's beautiful, but it's time to go through whatever healing you need to do to get forward and become the swan. All right, Gemini, that was pretty cool. Happy end of 2025, and I'll see you in 2026. Bye.